Exactly. So I just wanted to give you an overview on the drivers of change as my former employer, the World Economic Forum, is seeing it. And what also Guillaume pointed on is really the impact of technology, for example, on unemployment on the one side and skills shortages on the other side. All these fourth industrial revolution impact will change the world as we see it, and the discussion today is pointing exactly in that direction. Of course, what we also heard from Guillaume is the topic around decarbonizing the built environment. And as you can see here, nothing is happening without the regulator, right? And technology alone can't solve the problem. The same for both topics is it can't be separate from technology. And this will be also one of the joint discussions we will have. Here a quick overview. Future of construction, at that time an initiative I led at the World Economic Forum, and here the same, outlining what the government needs to do in terms of regulation policies. For example, also public procurement and innovation in that sector, but also the sector itself. Change is a process, and the success of the industry is really around collaboration and how to use technology to improve collaboration. And then, of course, also the companies themselves, they go through digital transformation processes right now. And that was one of the recommendations at the time we gave. But I looked at all these recommendations, they are still valid. And in many fields, nothing changed. So we have not yet really improved in many areas you can see here in that sector. So, and with that, I hand over to Konrad here, an overview again, what really does it mean? What is the new construction economy in terms of new models of collaboration? And we have different fields. We can change the construction economy through contractual systems, through new organizational models, as we hear also today. Of course, then the regulator, then partnership alliances, and of course, using technology for collaboration. And these are the core topics. We can't cover all of them, but we will point at some of them. And with that, no further ado, we talk about service and data cooperatives.
Yes, thanks. Yes, as we at the moment experience also with these waves of economic growth and degrowth, is that on the long term, collaboration, of course, is a very good model to keep one's own business running in the market. So it's really a long-term strategy to cooperate also with competitors. Of course, we have a competitive market, but also collaboration is very important, in especially to build up this kind of value chain networks, or what we call them today more not chain networks, but value creation networks. And I just want to shortly introduce an initiative we started 2 years ago, approximately. And the starting point is that, of course, data will be the new oil of the economy, and that also construction will be a data-driven business, partially and mainly, of course, in terms of value creation. And so we have this particular situation in the construction industry, especially in Germany, but also worldwide, that it is a very old economy, and there are very many different players and a very granular economy. So we have lots of these small enterprises, medium and small enterprises, and only a few big market players, but which are not at the end absolutely relevant for the market. So it is very a granular market with a lot of players, and I think this is a very strong market because we have a lot of entrepreneurs in the market, and it's not so monopolized. And digitalization, the experience in digitalization is that in these markets where you have monopolization or partly monopolization, digitalization is very much easier to implement. So, for example, in the automotive industry, you only have a few players, and these players are just dictating the value chain, and they are dictating the standards. And of course, these cooperations, these companies have it much easier to just enforce these standards and enforce digitalization in their value chain. They are somehow the owner, the regulator of their own value chain. Or you have the situation that just one or two different companies, they are capturing the market, digital companies like Amazon, which is in the trade market. Of course, it's a very tough monopolized market, and so Amazon doesn't only have, the processes, and does not only do the trading, but it also has, of course, the data. Amazon has a totally market transparency over prices in the markets. And so this software somehow changed. Yes, the face or the tools very much changed in the application. Moment, I go back. Yes, so also digitalization in the construction industry began with applying tools like if you have this digital planning, or you take for calculation, you take just singular tools and apply them. And then, of course, we noticed that these programs can also talk and exchange data. And so these different single programs are more growing to a network of different programs. And this kind of network with exchanging data between the programs, of course, needs standards. Yeah? And so this kind of establishing different applications which can talk together is the innovation of the future of the digital market. And so one possibility is that you put it in one program, in one big program, and programs can talk together, and like former days like SAP. But this was too big project for one program, and now we have different applications and somehow interfaces, APIs, and they exchange data and talk together. And so you need a regulation for that, yeah? And the regulation is a platform. So this platform is somehow like the App Store, is also a regulator which somehow regulates your interchange of these different programs. And these platforms, which are very good in regulating the market, they will succeed, yeah? So this is somehow our evolution of these platforms from single applications to applications which talk together, and then they generate to a whole ecosystem. And of course, in construction, it's the same. It's a little bit complicated, this slide, but it also shows that there are, of course, many, many different applications in the construction sector for digital to work with digital tools, like in the logistics, in the purchasing, in organization of human resource management, of course, fulfilling sustainable goals. Yeah? You need the tracking of carbon exposure of, for example, in digital project development, and so on. Yeah, there are really plenty of applications. And the question is, why did these kind of applications did not evolve? They are partially evolving in some sections, but why is not there a really very big digital trend in this industry? And the reason is because we are very granular. There are thousands of companies, yeah, which are very small, and they don't have the power. And if one, to develop digital tools. So, and if for a value network of one company is developing a particular value creation network or somehow, yes, an ecosystem of different applications, the other company will use a different one because of competition. And so the question is, who will win, yeah? And at the moment, it looks like that, that also there's a market concentration in the construction market, and we also experienced that, for example, with building information modeling. So several years ago, there have been several companies which were successfully implementing building information modeling or developing tools. And there was a very strong concentration process. And at the moment, we have two players. Mainly, it's Autodesk and Nemetschek. And it's very concentrated. And so there's also the other effect that these companies like Autodesk, they have all the data. Yeah? They know everything about the building. And that's what they are interested in, of course. Yeah? They are providing these tools. They are somehow not very actively pushing open standards, IFC, yeah? And they try to capture, of course, the market, which is legitimate. Yeah? It's the way it is, yeah? But it's the question if we want to have this in the construction sector. And our idea is, especially in terms of this very granular market, to establish a cooperative. So it's a Genossenschaft, yeah? It's a Genossenschaftsmodel. And so this is a basic democratic model where the market player come together and they develop together these kind of platforms. And we also have a very good experience in Germany with the DATEV. And the DATEV was very, very successful to develop the digitalization in a similar market. And so we started this cooperation development 2 years ago. And we already established some legal entities, and now we are on the roadshow and already have commitments from some industry corporations and several companies. And yeah, we hope we will be successful with that. It's a test. Yeah.